Hi everyone! Welcome back. Today we're diving into a really common and often confusing error that many React developers encounter. The type error, 0, useIsomorphicLayoutEffect. useIsomorphicLayoutEffect is not a function. This message can be quite frustrating when it pops up in your console, especially when you're trying to build or run your application. But don't worry, we're going to break down what this error means, why it happens, and most importantly, how to fix it. First, let's understand useIsomorphicLayoutEffect. It's a special React hook. It's very similar to useEffect. However, useLayoutEffect runs synchronously after all DOM mutations. This means it's perfect for tasks that need to measure or manipulate the DOM right after React has updated it. The isomorphic part means it works correctly in both browser environments and server-side rendering (SSR) environments, like those used by frameworks such as Next.js. This dual functionality is crucial for consistent behavior. Now, about the 0 part of the error. This strange syntax often points to an issue with how your JavaScript code is being bundled or minified. When JavaScript code is processed by tools like Webpack or Babel, especially during minification, imports and exports can sometimes get mangled. The 0 expression pattern is a common JavaScript idiom. It ensures that the this context inside the expression is undefined. However, if your build tools are misconfigured, or if there's a version mismatch between your React packages and your build tools, the actual useIsomorphicLayoutEffect function might not be correctly imported or resolved. It ends up being undefined or null when your code tries to call it as a function. This leads directly to the type error because you cannot call undefined as a function. There are several common culprits for this error. An outdated React version is a frequent cause. React 18 introduced new hooks and changes, and if your project is using an older React version or has mismatched React and React DOM package versions, this error can appear. For example, if your React package is at version 17 and React DOM is at version 18, you'll likely run into problems. Specific libraries, like FrameRemotion, which heavily rely on useIsomorphicLayoutEffect for animations, can also trigger this if their version is incompatible with your React setup. Next.js projects are particularly susceptible because they leverage server-side rendering, making the isomorphic nature of the hook critical. Build tools themselves, such as Webpack or Babel, might also be misconfigured or outdated, failing to correctly process modern JavaScript module syntax. Let's get to the solutions. The first and often most effective step is to update your React and React DOM packages. Run npm install react at latest react dom at latest or yarn add react at latest react dom at latest. Always ensure both packages are on the same, latest stable version to prevent compatibility issues. Next, update any other related packages that might be causing the conflict. If you're using FrameRemotion, update it with npm install FrameRemotion at latest. Similarly, update your Next.js version if applicable. Keeping your dependencies up to date is crucial. Sometimes, old cached files can cause persistent issues. Try clearing your npm or yarn cache. For npm, use npm cache clean force. Then, delete your node_modules folder and your packagelock.json or yarn.lock file. After that, run npm install or yarn install again to get a completely fresh installation of all dependencies. It might seem too simple, but often, just restarting your development server can resolve transient build issues. Stop it and start it again. For Next.js users, this error often arises when external packages are not properly transpiled. You might need to add these packages to your next.config.js file using the transpile packages option. For example, if the error originates from a library named SomeUI library, you would add transpile packages, SomeUI library, to your next.js configuration. This tells Next.js to process that specific module's code, ensuring compatibility. Less commonly, but still a possibility, is an issue with your custom Babel or Webpack configuration. Ensure you have the correct presets and plugins for modern React applications. If you're using Create React App or Next.js, these are usually handled automatically, but in custom setups, this can be a factor. Hopefully, one of these solutions helps you fix this annoying type error. It's a common one, but usually boils down to a version mismatch or a build tool configuration issue. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you found this information helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more coding tips, troubleshooting guides, and development insights. See you next time.